Hi guys, today we're going to work on some spine and hip. We're basically going to do some extended CARs, some sort of CARs based or level 3 CARs strength training. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with spine CARs. So we're going to grab a nice standing up spine CAR. Feet right underneath your hips. You're going to squeeze your legs, generate some good tension, squeeze your belly, and we're going to fix the pelvis, and the spine is basically going to move all the way down into the pelvis, but we don't want any pelvic movement here, and we don't want any hip hinging movement. So lock this in nice and tight. Arms across the chest. We're going to rotate flexing first. Pulling down, pull the belly in and up and back as much as we can. Keep the shoulder blades neutral. Keep the head and chin neutral. Rotate all the way to the right. I want you to feel that left hip pulling back as far as it can, pulling the right shoulder back as far as you can, staying kind of flexed, and then roll into a side bend. So we're just going to take a little extra time in these positions just to dial them in a little bit better today. Keep pulling the hip and shoulder in towards each other into a pure side bend. Roll back into extension. Lifting the chest up, trying to get extension in your upper T-spine, but don't let your head drop back. Keep that chin in check. Lift your chest. Rotate all the way to the left. And hold, ground down really strong through that right leg. And side bend all the way. So now we are unrotated, pure side bending, hip and shoulder pulling in towards each other. These ribs are shifting out and away. And then roll into flexion. And one moving quickly, rotate, side bend, extend, rotate, side bend, flex. We're going to go slow to the side. Flex. To the other side, left, sorry. I tell you, boy, the sleep deprivation is really affecting my English. Rotate. Pull this right hip down and back. Shoot down through that right leg, nice and strong. And left side bend out of rotation. Pulling hip and shoulder together. And roll back into extension. Really working through that thoracic, because your low back has got extension all day, but your upper back, not so much. So keep trying to max that out without your head going back. Rotate, squeeze, ground down through your left leg, pull the left hip back. Rotate, squeeze into side bending. Flex, and fast. Rotate, side bend, extend. Rotate, side bend, flex. Awesome. Okay, let's work with a little bit of SI joint stuff. So we're going to drop down to the ground. We're going to get into a hollow position. So your SI joint way down here, basically sacrum, first lumbar, this separation of these two pelvic spine stuff. So we're going to just start by taking your hands. You're going to take your fingers and fan them up along the back of that musculature. So you want your index fingers kind of on the sacrum, and then the rest of your fingers on that back spinal erectors. And what I want you to do is to try to tuck into a posterior tilt, meaning the pelvis goes this way. And I don't want your lumbar doing a lot. I just want this moving right here. If you can feel that with your fingers, you should feel the muscle tissue open up, and then they're going to go the opposite way. Feel the muscle tissue contract. Get it as tight as it goes, again, without lumbar, so this kind of stays neutral. If you want, you could put your hands on either side of your stomach and see if you can move below that, and then just kind of keep shifting them down and see if you can keep stable between your hands and max out whatever you can move below that. Okay, we're going to take this down to the ground. So here we go into a nice little hollow position. And essentially, your chest and shoulders are going to stay kind of right where they are. So my shoulders are about the same height as my knees. And we're going to do that same thing. So I want to rock forward onto my tailbone or towards the front of my tailbone, but without lifting my chest. So I want just down here moving. And then I'm going to tuck. And I'm going to try to roll as far onto my sacrum as I can and get my tailbone off the ground. Tight low belly, tuck as much as possible. Try to open up the front of the hip if you can. And then roll forward. Close the front of the hip. Roll to the front side of the tailbone. Keep the belly and rib cage pulling down towards the ground. And then back again. Tuck. Try to lift the pubic bone up. Drop the belly button down. And roll forward. So kind of think about a point that is somewhere in between the top of your pubic bone and your pubic bone. Well, no, sorry. Between the top of your pubic bone and your belly button. English, telling you. Right there. That point is going back and down and front and down. So it's like going like this. Boop, boop. That's what we're trying to move. Alrighty. We're going to do a couple of Pilates roll downs here. So you're going to round forward. So it's almost like you are being stretched over a barrel. So you want to pull your low belly back and try to get as much rounding in your low back as you can. And then you're going to roll down one bone at a time. Keep trying to tuck if you can. Scoop, tuck, 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 tuck. Roll all the way down. And so you can use your hands for assistance on these so that you can really roll really well. Unless you're really strong, then you can do it without assistance. I am still in core recovery. I haven't been doing enough core strengthening yet because I'm just busy. I need somebody to crack the whip. Roll down, and my husband's too busy to do that, so it's up to me. Maybe Pearl, my daughter's kind of a slave driver. Except she's just, as all 5-year-olds are, self-interested. If only I could strengthen my core by taking her for bike rides, that would work. Rolling across the sacrum, low back. Ugh. So make sure you're able to really roll through. If you feel anything going down in a chunk, you need to bend your knees or use your hands for assistance. Rolling up. And stretch forward. Roll back down. Good. Okay. We're going to roll onto our side. We're going to bend your knees. And I'm not sure if you can see me this way, so I'll do it both ways, but we're going to work with some pelvic rotation in a side-lying manner. So essentially what I'm looking at my femurs, and I want to see them kind of pistoning. One goes forward, one goes back. But what I also want to do is kind of block my shoulders and rib cage here so I can kind of see my upper body as well. And I don't want my upper body rolling. I just want my pelvis rolling. I'll give you all of the gritty views here. Okay, switch sides. Just going to do them all this way this time. Okay, ready and go. Ooh, back crack. Okay, so we're in the 90-degree hip bend here, by the way. 90-degree knees, 90-degree hips. And block that rib cage so it doesn't move. Working on my tan. Vitamin D, good for coronavirus. Oh. All right, we're going to do that same thing laying on your back. So we'll start with this knee. And so again, we're going to lift one hip up and then drop it down and lift the other hip up. But what I would like to see is that your femurs stay perpendicular to the ground, parallel to each other. So we don't want to rock our legs. We want to roll the pelvis and keep the femur in a stable position relative to the world. And then switch sides. And again, you should feel your rib cage kind of stuck to the ground. So we're just rotating our pelvis here. Okay. Ta-da. Last thing we're going to do are a couple of segmenting cat-cow and spine pails. So we're going to start in flexion. This is also something that is really good postpartum core recovery. If you know anybody that just had a baby, you should tell them, hey, you should really get into this Kinstretch segmenting cat-cow thing. Okay, rolling through the spine one bone at a time from the low back, mid back, upper back, pull the chest through the arms and the head. Because boy, I tell you, I was getting better at this, and this now it's like starting from square one again. And then go the other way, nice and slow, tucking your tailbone, but trying to stay in extension with the rest of your back as long as you possibly can. So your gaze is a good gauge of whether or not you are moving too soon. If your eyes start dropping immediately, that means that you're moving elsewhere. Last bit here. All right, we're going to stay in flexion. You're going to pull up nice and high, and we're going to do a pales contraction here by pushing the knees and hands away from each other. Think about tightening your back muscles down on this arc, and hold. 5 more seconds. And slowly relax, but don't go out of the position. See if you can pull up a little bit more. And one more pales. Ugh. Push away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And cruise again through a cat-cow. Back up. Good. Drop down into extension. Okay, the opposite's going to happen here. We're going to pull everything together. Think about tightening your belly up onto the arc. My feet like to come off. I don't know if that's good or bad. Feels better to me, so I'm doing it. Relax. See if you can arch a little bit more, especially through the chest. That's the hardest part for extension here, trying to pull your chest through your biceps towards the sky. And again, pull together. Pull up and together. Belly up. Relax a little bit more. Arch. And 2 slow cat-cows. All right. Boy, it's getting hot already here. Scorching hot water bottle, 9:20 in the morning. Wow. All right, we're going to work on some hips coming up next here. We're going to grab some broken down, kind of into their components, hip cars. Sounds simplistic, but what I'm actually doing is preparing to torture you. So let me put this in the shade because it is hot. I did not intend to have salty tea this morning. So that means I'm also going to move this into the shade. Okay, so we're going to grab the back, the quadruped hip car, starting with the back portion. So we're going to trick ourselves into working super hard by really trying to perfect this position. So we're going to lift the leg up behind us. If you want, you can stick a yoga block on your back for feedback to make sure that you're really working super hard here. But we're going to just lift that leg up. And so while you're doing that, I want you to work on almost trying to create a strong posterior tilt with your back, because that's going to really drive all of that tension into the glute. So we're going to go up and down 5 times. That was 2, 3. Really pull the belly up, max out, lifting that hip up super high. 3. Squeeze. 4. And again, squeeze. 5. Super hard, right? Okay, for this next one, we're going to work on that transition of going out to the side with the foot traveling over the knee. That keeps the hip in internal rotation. So we want to have that leg track out as far as it can until you feel like it's going to start to side bend your pelvis. So there's going to be a point where you want to arc to accommodate that. We're only going to go up to that edge right before you want to arc and then come back. And the foot's going to stay out over the knee's going to stay up as high as possible, and the belly's going to stay up. Okay, so ready? Leg goes up, belly up, and out to the side as far as you can. Keep that heel up and back. Keep it up high. And 2, and back. And 3. I got a nice shadow here to verify. Make sure you get a 90-degree bend in your knee. Out and in. 1 more. Pull the belly up, out, and in. Awesome. Next up, we're going to work on rotating from internal to external. So we're just going to go in and out, in and out, in and out. And again, making sure that we are working super, super hard to work that working hip down towards the ground. So we're going to go out to that end point. We're going to stay here, and we're going to drop the foot and lift the knee without lifting the working hip. Back up, knee goes up, foot goes up. Foot goes down, knee goes out. Back and forth. 3, 4, 5. Butt workout. Okay, next part, we're going to work at staying in internal rotation and going all the way into flexion through past the elbow and back out to the side. So we are in externally rotated horizontal adduction going into unrotated hip flexion, if that makes sense. Okay, so here we go. Starting there, out to the side, drop it down. This is our starting point. Elbow, chest. No back movement, no hip movement. Elbow up, pull that foot down, pull the working hip down, lift the knee up, pull the belly up, hold. Elbow, chest. Elbow, again, belly up, foot down, knee up, working hip down. Elbow, chest, and up to the side. Elbow, side, foot down, hip down. Again, 1 more. Elbow, and back. Oh my God. Okay. Now we're going to do regular quadruped hip cars. So 2 in each direction. We're going to go slow with nice movement integrity, kind of a high intensity effort here. So we're going to lift that leg up, pull the belly up, get the knee up as high as you can. Make sure your foot is over your knee. Pull it out to the side, keep the foot tracking out over the knee, keep the belly up, don't side bend. Rotate, drop the foot, lift the knee without lifting the hip. Pull up as high as you can towards the elbow, towards the chest. Back through, lift the heel way, way, way up, pull the belly up super high, move out to the side, foot over the knee, and rotate up towards the elbow, in towards the chest, and down. Whew. Okay, ready? Other way. Chest, elbow, foot down, knee up, working hip down, pull that foot up over the knee as fast as you can, all the way behind the body, chest, elbow, out to the side. Okay, switching sides. Here we go. Now lift it up, squeeze, 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 belly up, and come down. Lift it up, squeeze, 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 belly up, and come down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And squeeze. If you want, you could do what I'm doing. Pull that belly up with your hand. Okay, one of the funner ones. Okay, lifting it up, starting here, pull this belly up. If you want, you can keep your fingertips on the front of that hip to make sure that there's no movement there. Pull it out to the side and come back. Side, foot stays over the knee, keep the knee nice and high, and come back. Out to the side and back. Two more. Out to the side and back. Out to the side and back. Oh. So much hips. Okay. Now we're going to play around with that transition from internal to external rotations. We're going to go, again, up to the back. I like to use that hand. I'm going to keep the hand up there. Out to the side. And good. Drop the knee, drop the foot. Or sorry, lift the knee, drop the foot. Lift the foot, knee goes back. Swivel out and up. Down and up. Down and up. Oh, maximum glute burn. I should send these to Brett Contreras. Okay. Now we're going to go from external rotation, horizontal abduction to elbow to flexion. And out and in, that guy. All right. So moving through that hip car from the back, out to the side. Here we go. Elbow, flexion, elbow. Working hip pushes down, working heel pushes down, working knee goes up. Elbow, flexion, elbow, push. Don't go soft on that position there. It's really easy to lift your hip and do all kinds of funky stuff. It's not hard if you do it wrong. Ugh. I'm dying. Elbow, up, and in. Okay, 2 hip cars. Out to the side. Drop the foot, lift the knee, keep that working hip going down. Elbow in. Again, lift up high, pull the belly up. Foot goes over the knee. Transition. Come around. And reverse into the chest. Out to the knee. Up to the side. Get that heel up. And back. Oh. Super tough. All right. So let's grab a 90-90 position. Okay, here we go. Up and over the front leg. Make sure you have 90-degree bends everywhere. And rotate that back hip forward. And then you're going to angle your pelvis. So really try to kind of taking your low belly. And if you can, just kind of like you're trying to apply your phone protective screen, just really make sure there's no air bubbles in there. These things are so hard. There's a hair in there. Couple nice deep breaths in through your nose. Take a 6-second inhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, keep that breathing going. We're going to start to push that front foot down. Squeeze your arms, squeeze your core, but keep the nice smooth breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release tension. On the next inhale, we're going to drive tension, pulling the leg up. Pushing the elbows down into the ground if you can, or your hands into the ground. Exhale. Hold. Inhale, relaxing the leg. Exhale. Try to get into a deeper stretch. See if you can lift up and over a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. Okay. We're going to go towards that back leg. Rotate, trying to drop this hip down. Looking towards the back leg, lifting your chest up. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Okay, drive pressure down into that foot. Inhale. Whole leg pushing down into the ground. Squeeze, squeeze your core, squeeze your arms. Out. Inhale, relax the leg. Exhale, try to lift the foot. Inhale. Exhale, relax the foot. See if you can get up a little bit more, around a little bit more, and deeper into the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. Okay, we're going to try to transition here. You're going to pick this leg up. Externally rotate, put it down. I'll lift this leg up, put it down, and up and over. Try to peel again. Lay that belly down on that leg. Lift the tailbone up away from the ground, and inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Okay, we're going to start to push that front leg down into the ground. In. Squeeze your arms, squeeze your back leg. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale, slowly relax. Inhale, rails, squeeze everything together. Basically pressing your belly and thigh towards each other, trying to lift your leg off of the ground. Exhale, hold. Inhale, relax. Exhale, try to get into a deeper stretch. Inhale. Exhale. In. And out. In. Out. In. Out. And in, up. Turn towards that back leg and exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Okay, push that leg down. In. Tense your whole body. Hold the push. Exhale. Keep holding. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Okay, inhale, tension. Lifting the back foot up. Exhale, hold the foot up. Feeling a cramp. Oh, there it goes. Stay in the position. Don't get out of it unless you're cramping like me. And relax the foot. Exhale. See if you can rotate a little bit more on that leg. See if you can get this closer to the ground, and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Time check here. Oh. Okay. We're going to grab a pad if you have a pad. A pad and a wall. So I'm going to use this wall for kind of a quad stretch / death stretch, whatever you want to call those, couch stretch. So basically what it's going to be is my foot's going to be up on the wall behind me like this for a quad stretch, okay? Okay, we're just going to keep on breathing. All right, so pull up nice and tall to the front of this hip here. If you can't open up this hip and make it straight, then you're a little bit too close to your foot. So you need to lower the foot and come forward a little bit more if that's the case. Okay, ready? Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. In. I think I'm getting fried. Out. In. My tanning capacity is not up to snuff this year with the baby. Okay, we're going to start that Pales contraction. So on this next inhale, we're going to grab some tension in the front leg and in the core, and we're going to push that foot into the wall, inhaling and increasing tension. Hold, exhale. Hold, inhale. Exhale, slowly relax. Inhale, try to lift the foot away from the wall, pull it towards your butt. Hold. Keep holding, inhale. Exhale. Relax. Slightly deeper stretch, pulling up. Exhale. Make sure you're breathing in through your nose. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. I'm going to be tan, burned, probably burned. On that note, let's switch sides. All right, here we go. Okay, deep breath in. Too close. And out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. All right, let's push that foot. Inhale, squeeze all your stuff. Drive up tension for 6 seconds while you breathe in. And hold out. In. Relax. And pull it away from the wall. Inhale. Hold, exhale. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Inhale, relax. Deeper stretch. Exhale. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Last breath in. And exhale. All right, and if you guys haven't done your CARS routine today, you should do it right now.